We're continuing our Red France series since probably about 1952. A Cold War has started between the communists of France and Germany, the Commune League, and the Imperial Commune League, which is Imperial Communism. Yeah, that's the name of it. But in Egypt, there starts being rebels trying to form independence. And, well, Britain doesn't like this, which isn't much. Yeah, as you can see, their empire pretty weak now. But I'm pretty sure they still have India. I forget if I did anything with it. I wonder why that's dependent. I feel like that doesn't make sense. But see? Well, I made that independent, the Suez Land, the Sinai Peninsula. But I did. Probably has to do with the war, but it's left neutral. Maybe that's what it was. Neutral zone. But a communist rebellion. The communists in question that are rebelling are not imperial communists. And they quickly start protests break out in Cairo and Alexandria, major cities in Egypt. And in Cairo, both cities are captured by the rebels. And these rebels have support by the communists. Wouldn't it be funny? Look, I didn't even color in Britain. But I guess I can. In the chaos, Nigeria takes advantage of the situation to declare their independence. And Ghana then does the same. But with the imperial communists, yes, imperial and communist, that makes some kind of sense. Like, compared to the communism, it's more imperial. Russian communism is also what's known as. With their rebellion breaking out down here and over along the water. With both rebellions looking like they're going to be easily crushed by Britain. But as you can see, the British takeback isn't happening. And well, now they continue their advances into Egypt to free, fighting for independence, really. It claims a day for capitalism is over. But the ones in the south get funding from Russia now. And both are supporting a side. As it becomes a proxy war with both sending in troops. And while both are trying to get to the coast before the other. Like, cut off the coast from the other. Like, don't let the other take any more coast is what they don't want. With the regular communists starting to take land. As the communists supported by Russia try to take lands and they realize it failed. And well, they're even going into Sudan now. With independence fighters being funded by the Germans. And where are these independence fighters going to be, you may ask? Well, they quickly turn out to be in Botswana and Zimbabwe colonies. And well, eventually all of Botswana leans towards this. And well, with this, they declare independence. As Egypt declares independence, both declare independence. With one moving more and more around. And eventually they look like this. As they go against Imperials. But Imperial forces somehow manage to get to here. Yeah. They snuck through to get over here as regular civilians. Eventually, Britain allows independence. But they want to make their own government. They want them to just literally leave and be like a British protectorate, which is not popular by the communists, especially the imperial communists, who start struggling to continue to hold their land, with them literally collapsing. Eventually, in the south, these forces crumble to British forces, but the northern communists are going further, with Russia deciding to align with the communists and, well, Kenya. And so the Kenyan communists and Tanzanian communists, well, not Tanzania, Tanzania, or whatever it was called before it was Tanzania. But yeah, these communists start taking lands, to the point Britain agrees to peace with them, with peace being achieved. With Britain failing to get peace against them as they've started crumbling. India, well, decides to take this opportunity to leave the Union. Still together for now. But Britain finally gets peace with the communists. So let's see the peace treaty. As you can see, this is going to be significantly smaller. So let's see how the peace treaty goes. Low on its colonial. So it decides to sell this to try to keep its empire together as it's going bankrupt. So it sells that to Ethiopia. So now we got a big Ethiopia after British Somalia has been sold. But as you can see, Britain's going to fail. And there's a lot of ideas for Sudan to make independence with what it has, and in the future try to take this back. It's what they plan on. And then Yemen and Qatar leave, along with not Israeli, maybe Israeli kinda, like Palestinian state and a Jordan state's made, along with an Oman and UAE state. And Zambia, Uganda, and Malawi declare independence, along with Rwanda and Burundi. So let's see what it looks like now. Africa. And after it crumbled in Africa, these two were gave independence, can't really be controlled. Sudan and what was left of Tanzania. But in the Middle East, these two places declare independence. Yeah, not really good. Not really good for one nation. Something like that. Let's have these borders go with it's what it claims to be its liberator. Like Egypt, Kenya, Tanzania picks a side now. Britain decided it needs to counter these two by forming its own alliance, which they call the defense. They need to defend the world by it. With Ethiopia agreeing to join, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. Not everybody joins. It's kind of not great, because a lot of nations aren't really liking this idea. But one nation in particular does join, and it's not Greenland or Iceland, because they were already going to join. But an even greatly important nation, Finland, fearing invasion. Yeah, nobody else really wants to join it. Nobody else really needs defense. There's not much left of the British Empire now. It collapsed sooner in this timeline. And while China still hasn't reunified itself, and while Hungary still claims it can unify all of the nations around it, and so does communist and fascist parties both claim it. And so, well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!